Chelsea eye bold move for Yan Diomande as Alonso plans a squad shakeup. Welcome to Chelsea FC Daily. Hello, Chelsea family. Welcome back to Chelsea FC Daily, the channel you can always trust for the latest and most accurate Chelsea news. If you want facts, not rumors, you are in the right place. We read the reports, we check the details, and we bring them to you in simple words that everyone can understand. Today we have a big transfer story to break down, along with some fresh words from Xabi Alonso about his plans for the squad. Have you heard the name Yan Diomande yet? If not, get ready, because this is a name Chelsea fans could be talking about a lot very soon. In this post, we will explain who he is, why Chelsea want him, what RB Leipzig's stance is, and what Xabi Alonso has said about strengthening his new squad. Let us get into it. Who is Yan Diomande? Yan Diomande is a talented young winger who plays for RB Leipzig and represents Ivory Coast on the international stage. He has become one of the most talked about wide players in Europe, and Chelsea are reportedly ready to test the waters with a big money bid for his signature. Here is something interesting about his history with Chelsea. Diomande has admitted that he actually turned down a move to Chelsea back in 2024. At the time, he felt that the move was only about the money on offer, not the right footballing project for him. However, things have clearly changed. After a standout season with RB Leipzig in 2025 to 2026, Diomande has now made it clear that Chelsea remains a dream destination for him. He has also said he would be happy and motivated if he joined the Blues. That is a big shift from his mindset back in 2024, and it shows just how much his view of the club may have changed under new management. Chelsea preparing a big money bid. According to reports, Chelsea are readying an official bid for Diomande. RB Leipzig are determined to keep hold of him this summer, but a deal has not been completely ruled out. Transfer insider Ekrem Konur has shared some interesting details on the situation. In simple terms, Chelsea are said to be preparing an offer of around 100 million euros, which works out to roughly 84 million pounds. However, Leipzig are believed to value Diomande at over 120 million euros, which is around 101 million pounds. That is a big gap between what Chelsea are willing to pay and what Leipzig want. Despite that gap in valuation, Chelsea are still said to be preparing to test the waters with their offer. The club is also reportedly hoping to agree a 5-year contract with the player, along with personal terms already being discussed. The interesting loan twist. Here is where things get really interesting. While Leipzig do not want to sell Diomande, there is one condition that could change their mind. Reports suggest the German club may be open to selling him only if he is loaned straight back to them for another year. Why would Leipzig want this kind of deal? It would allow them to keep Diomande playing for their club for one more season, while still cashing in on a big transfer fee now, rather than risking losing him for less money later, or on a free transfer in the future. It is a clever way for Leipzig to get the best of both situations, immediate money in the bank, and one more season with their star winger still on the pitch for them. At the same time, Leipzig are also working on extending Diomande's current contract, which runs until 2030, along with offering him a significant pay rise. This shows that Leipzig are trying every option to hold on to their prized asset, while still leaving a door open if the right offer and structure comes along. Not just Chelsea in the race. Chelsea are not the only Premier League club paying close attention to Diomande. Liverpool are also said to be keen on signing him, especially as they look for options to replace Mohamed Salah following his decision to leave the club. This adds an extra layer of competition to the story. Diomande is comfortable playing on either wing, which makes him a flexible option for either Chelsea or Liverpool depending on how their squads are shaped. If both clubs push forward with serious offers, this could turn into one of the most exciting transfer battles of the summer. Isn't it exciting to think that two of England's biggest clubs might end up competing for the same player? Fans on both sides will be watching this situation very closely over the coming weeks. What did Diomande show at the World Cup? So why exactly is there so much hype around this player? A look at his World Cup performance gives us a clear answer. Diomande did not manage to score a goal at the tournament, but his performances still stood out. Over 4 matches, he averaged an impressive 2.5 completed dribbles per game, showing real quality in one-on-one situations. He also created 2.8 key passes per match on average and picked up 1 assist during the tournament. Numbers like these show a player who is dangerous with the ball at his feet and capable of creating real chances for his teammates. It is easy to see why top European clubs are showing serious interest in bringing him in this summer. Who might have to leave to make room? With Chelsea already having a strong group of wingers, an interesting question comes up. If Diomande does arrive, who might have to leave to make space in the squad? Chelsea's current group of wide players includes Pedro Neto, Estevão Willian, Alejandro Garnacho, and Jamie Gittins, with Giovanni Quenda also set to join the club this summer. That is already a lot of talent competing for wing positions, so adding Diomande on top of that would make things very competitive. It is already looking likely that Alejandro Garnacho could be one of the players to depart this summer, with reports suggesting a permanent exit is being pushed for. If that happens, it could open up exactly the kind of space needed to bring in a new face like Diomande without overloading the squad. What has Alonso himself said about the shape of his squad? Let us take a look at that next. Alonso speaks on squad plans. New Chelsea manager Xabi Alonso has already been clear that some changes are needed this summer. During his introductory press conference, he stated that the club needs to make a few signings in order to strengthen the squad. At the same time, Alonso made it clear that certain players are very much part of his plans going forward. He highlighted the importance of keeping key players such as Enzo Fernandez and Reece James, showing that while the squad may see some new arrivals, the manager also wants to build around some of his most important current stars. On the other hand, Alonso also showed some openness towards selling certain players who may not fit into his plans, with names like Alejandro Garnacho being mentioned as a possible departure. This fits with what we have already seen this summer, with Chelsea already busy raising funds through several sales while preparing to reinvest that money into new targets. Why this transfer saga matters. Why should Chelsea fans care so much about how this story unfolds? Because it tells us a lot about the direction Alonso wants to take this squad in. If Chelsea managed to complete a deal for a player of Diomande's quality, it would be a clear signal of intent from the club. It would show that despite missing out on European football this season, Chelsea are still determined to compete for top talent and build a squad capable of challenging at the very top. It also shows smart planning behind the scenes. Rather than simply throwing money at every available target, Chelsea appear to be balancing outgoing sales, such as the departures already confirmed this summer, with carefully selected incoming targets like Diomande. That kind of balanced approach often leads to healthier, more sustainable squad building in the long run. A question for you, so here is a question for you. If Chelsea do complete a move for Diomande, who do you think should make way in the wide areas? Should Garnacho be the one to leave to make room? Or do you think another winger should be sacrificed instead? This is exactly the kind of decision Alonso and his coaching staff will need to make over the coming weeks, and it is never an easy choice when a squad has this much depth and talent to manage. Final thoughts. So there you have it. Chelsea are preparing a big money bid for Diomande, a player who once turned down a move to the club but now calls it a dream destination. RB Leipzig are determined to keep him, but an interesting loan-back arrangement could open the door to a deal. With Liverpool also showing interest, and Alonso already clear that a few new signings are needed alongside keeping key stars like Fernandez and James, this promises to be one of the most exciting transfer stories of the summer. What do you think? Do you believe Chelsea should push hard for Diomande, even with Leipzig's high valuation? And who do you think should leave the club to make room for him? Let us know your thoughts, because we always love hearing from true Chelsea fans like you. Thank you for reading this update from Chelsea FC Daily. We will keep following every twist and turn of this transfer saga, bringing you the facts in the simplest way possible before anyone else does. Make sure you stay close to this channel, because we will always bring you the truth you can trust. Until next time, stay blue, stay loyal, and we will see you again very soon with more Chelsea news you can trust.